Guys, so if you're thinking about moving to Loveland, Colorado, then this is the video for you. I honestly have so many people reaching out to me about this particular city in northern Colorado, and so that's why I want to talk about what to expect if you are planning on moving to Loveland. Hi there, Christy Lee here, and I am a local real estate agent in the state of Colorado, and I am here to help you and guide you every step of the way. Today I'm going to be talking about Loveland. Now, Loveland is going to be roughly about an hour north of Denver, okay, right on I-25. So you really can't miss it. It's right between, it's almost to Fort Collins, okay? You have Greeley on the east side, Fort Collins on the north side, Denver on the south side. And Loveland specifically is going to be one of those places where it's really known for like outdoor activities, a lot of lake life. So if you're somebody who loves to be on the lake, boating, fishing, kayaking, Loveland is going to be a great place for you to live. Now, what's the nitty-gritty about Loveland? I mean, how expensive is it? Well, honestly, it's more than the national average, I will say, but on average right now, you could get a home for roughly about $600,000, maybe just a little bit more depending on what you're looking for. And rents are going to be roughly about $1,200 for a one-bedroom apartment. Okay, so yes, I know that is maybe just a little bit more than national average, but it's considerably less than Boulder's median price is about 1.3 and Denver's roughly about 750. So you do get more bang for your buck when you live in Loveland. Now, I will say it is also less than Fort Collins, which is just north of Loveland. Fort Collins, you're going to be pushing that 700 mark as well. So it's only about 20 minutes away. So if you want to go to Fort Collins or if you work in Fort Collins, you will, be paying a little bit more, but Loveland, you get, same amount of house, but for less money. So that's why a lot of people are choosing Loveland. Now, Loveland is growing like crazy. So it used to be kind of like, and it still is, don't get me wrong. It's very mature community. It's a very, you have lush trees, a little bit older neighborhoods, in parts of it, especially the west side of Loveland. But it is growing like crazy. So you're going to have a lot of new build construction and new homes going up in this part as well. So it's just rapidly growing, which is drawing a lot of people in, especially for those new home build prices and incentives. So that's kind of what's keeping people going there and exploring this area. So like I mentioned, the outdoor activities are killer out there. If you're a hiker, you have Devil's Backbone right there. So you could go hike, you could bike, you could do all that good stuff out there. Rocky Mountain National Park is only about 45 minutes away, as well as Estes Park is right there too. You're going to have Boyd Lake, you have Loveland Lake, you have all of those water activities right there. But then you're also very artsy in this area too. So you're going to have a lot of sculptures. They're very much into art and sculpting and taking care of or priding themselves on the artists, especially the local artists. So you have Benson Art Sculpture Park right there. You can walk around, have lunch, have a picnic, whatever, and you're gonna see all these sculptures right there. They're also known as the Sweetheart City. So what that means is obviously Loveland, love, that goes without saying, but every Valentine's Day, so they just did this, every Valentine's Day, you can actually, from anywhere in the world, send your Valentine's Day through Loveland and they will postmark it coming from Loveland that'll go to your sweetheart, which is super cool. As well as if you drive around the entire city, you're going to see heart-shaped signs all over the place that says, like James loves Christy or whatever it is. And it's all over the city. So it's really cool. It kind of gives that vibe of, still, wholesome city, very family friendly, very small community. While it is growing, it still gives that kind of quirky, fun vibe throughout the city. Just real quick, guys, if you're finding my content informative and helpful to you, can you please click that subscribe button right there or write a little comment for me? It helps push out my content to more people just like you. Now back to the video. So if you have kiddos and you're concerned with these school districts, Loveland is going to be located in the Thompson School District, which is still highly ranked according to niche.com. If you are of college age or you're getting your master's or whatever that might be, you're going to have CSU, so Colorado State University, which is located in Fort Collins. So you're going to be roughly 20-30 minutes away from that. You also have UNC, University of Northern Colorado in Greeley. So that's going to be roughly about 30 minutes east of Loveland. You could also, if you still wanted to, you could go to CU Boulder. That's going to be probably about 45 minutes to get to Boulder. But there's going to be quite a bit of education opportunities within this area. So that's another reason why people are actually really, truly wanting to make Loveland their home, because it is kind of centrally located outside of Denver, I will say. Because, I mean, if you do travel to Denver quite a bit, Loveland might be out just because it's roughly an hour. But to Fort Collins, Greeley, Longmont, all of those areas, it's actually going to be pretty close. So that's why people are actually choosing to live there and work in these areas too, because you have a lot of healthcare industries in this area. Tech is in this area. And then also, if you don't have it directly in Loveland, you have all of those major hub cities that are located around that. And that's why people are really wanting to have that kind of that dynamic right there, that you could just go within 30 minutes or so and get to these locations. Another thing you should know is that traffic is okay. Like, so they're constantly working on I-25. So if you move there, specifically the Loveland area exit, they've been working on this forever, like years. So it eventually will be done at some point, but they're widening the I-25 corridor down there. And so it does get tight. So again, going back to, if you work in Denver, I mean, you might be stuck in that traffic because it's kind of a nightmare. Eventually, hopefully it will get better, but the more people who are moving here, the more people who are on the road, so it's just making things a lot tighter. But I do want you to be aware of that, because it's kind of a nightmare sometimes. And then especially if it snows, of course, it just makes it even worse, because, you know, it's snowy and people just don't know how to drive sometimes in the snow. Overall, Loveland's median age is going to be roughly around 40 years old. However, it does really truly cater to those families. And then there's a lot of retirees too, people who've been there for a really long time, or people who are actually moving to this area and want to retire and live out their outdoor activities and be close to Rocky Mountain National Park. That's a big thing for retirees right now out there. But overall, average is going to be roughly about 40 years old with the little kiddos. There are, you know, obviously different demographics as far as singles and young professionals out there. But those people, I will say, will probably most likely be driving into Fort Collins for some of those jobs, nightlife, things like that. Because while Loveland does have the nightlife and things, you know, that kind of vibe, Fort Collins definitely has it more with the breweries and all of that, the college nightlife. So most likely the young professionals or the younger demographics will probably be going up to Fort Collins. So overall, Loveland, that's what you should expect. I mean, it is a great community, a great area in Northern Colorado. So if you're really trying to pinpoint where in Northern Colorado, I think Loveland is a great option for you, at least to explore. It has a great vibe to it. It is still growing. The prices are, you know, they really are good compared to some of the other areas in Colorado. Please reach out to me anytime if you have questions regarding Loveland or any other area in the state. I am a licensed real estate agent in the state of Colorado, so I'm more than happy to help you in any way possible. Remember to click that subscribe button right there. That way you are notified every time I have a new video. And then to the next video, take care.